love Allah? Is this your question? Yes. Yeah, I think that this question can only be answered by someone who is very near to Allah. Maybe by the Prophet. But there are ways, if you think about the bounties of Allah, the ni'mah, whatever He has given you. Umar ibn Khattab says, if anything bad happens to me, then I have three ways of looking at it. First, I will say, Alhamdulillah, it happened for me in dunya and not in the akhirah. Secondly, I will say, it could have been worse. For example, if he lost a finger, cut off, then he will say, anyway, it could have been my whole arm, so the finger is okay, I can live without a finger. Okay? This is number two. Number one, to think about that it could have been the first one, what did I say? It had been happening in dunya and not in akhirah. Secondly, it could have been worse. And thirdly, he would look at people who are having more serious cases than him. And he would say, Alhamdulillah, at least I do not have one leg cut off. You see, Alhamdulillah, I don't have leprosy. Alhamdulillah, I didn't lose my mind. You see, so he will look at people who are having more serious problems. Now, if you want to feel the bounty of Allah to you, you will have to think about what He has given you in comparison to other people. The most important thing for a person to have a better relationship with Allah is to find people who are higher than him in relationship with Allah, and to feel how come live with them. Some of these people spiritually, if you stay with them, they will remind you of Allah. The Prophet was asked, who is the real wali of Allah? He said the real wali of Allah is a person, when you see him, you remember Allah. So there are some people like this. Spirituality has different levels. So if you go with someone who is higher, this will help you to become like him. So all the time look at, compare yourself with people who are higher than you spiritually, who are more generous, who are more active in helping people. See these people and compare yourself so that you would like to be better. But do not compare yourself with people who are higher than you in dunya. Oh, I'm only driving this little gadget. Look, he has a Mercedes. Look at this. Tell your husband, look at so and so. Our husband bought her so and so. Now you never brought for me anything. So you are comparing yourself with people who are better than you in dunya. Then you cannot appreciate what Allah has given you. But generally, I know many women who just do the opposite thing. All the time they look at people who are better than them in dunya. And then when you tell them, you are not doing very well for your akhirah. Why? I am praying, I am fasting. Look at this woman, she doesn't even pray. Look at your sister, she doesn't fast. Look at so and so. So she is comparing herself with people who are less than her in spirituality and akhirah. Inverting the whole thing. important issue is for the person to feel not to trouble himself, because a number of ways by which to distract the person from Allah and spirituality is that people think about the past. In the past I have done so and so, and then he feels terribly guilty. More than necessary, it is good to feel guilty, but within reason. But no, he said, in the past I did so, and then in the past, you see, if I had done so and so, I wouldn't have lost my money. In the past, if so and so happened, it would. Now this, in the past, is a way of tormenting yourself and sending you away from Allah. And also worrying about the future. You are okay now, you have no problem. But no, maybe I may be going to retire in a few years, then what am I going to do? How much salary am I going to get? You begin to worry about the future. Here we are taught by wise people who went through this approach before us, and which is confirmed by modern psychology today. The past, you cannot change it. Khalas, it has happened. The future is not in your hand, it is in the hand of Allah. What you have is the hour in which you are living now. Make the best out of it. Don't feel over guilty to the extent that you feel Allah will not forgive you. He will forgive any sin that you have, as we said in the last session. And also, do not keep worrying about the future, because you don't know what will happen. The future is in the hand. If you can do these things that I have mentioned, you will be happier, you will live happier, and also at the same time, you will be spiritually better.
Baik, mungkin saya akan berterima kasih semuanya saja. Jadi tadi pertanyaannya bagaimana cara mencintai Allah secara lebih dalam. Kemudian tadi jawaban dari Pak Malik Badri adalah dengan apa itu namanya, dengan menyadari bahwa sesungguhnya Allah itu menyayangi kita. Nah, dari mana kita tahu bahwa Allah menyayangi kita? Kita bisa melihatnya dari nikmat yang diberikan Allah kepada kita. Beliau tadi menjelaskan bahwa sahabat Umar bin Khattab radhiyallahu anhu ketika terjadi hal buruk, maka beliau itu mengartikannya sebagai 3 hal. Yang pertama adalah alhamdulillah kejadian tersebut terjadi di dunia, bukan di akhirat. Yang kedua, alhamdulillah karena bisa saja terjadi hal yang lebih buruk. Dan yang ketiga yaitu dengan melihat orang-orang yang keadaannya lebih buruk, sehingga dengan demikian segala sesuatu yang terjadi pada kita itu sesungguhnya adalah nikmat dari Allah. Jadi tidak ada yang namanya halal buruk. Kemudian yang kedua, kita juga untuk meningkatkan kecintaan kita terhadap Allah, kita juga bisa tinggal bersama dengan orang-orang yang juga mencintai Allah. Sesuai dengan hadis bahwa orang-orang yang kita yang membuat kita merasa kita bersama Allah, yaitu bersama dengan orang-orang yang jika kamu bersamanya maka kamu merasa Allah bersamamu. Kemudian yang ketiga adalah jangan membandingkan dengan yang lebih baik dari diri kita, karena itu justru akan membuat kita semakin merasa tidak bahagia. Kemudian yang keempat adalah jangan berandai-andai, baik berandai-andai di masa lalu, misalnya seandainya saja kalau dulu saya nggak begini-begitu, gitu kan, atau juga berandai-andai di masa depan, karena berandai-andai di masa lalu maupun berandai-andai mengenai masa depan justru akan membuat kita merasa semakin cemas, merasa semakin takut. Nah, yang perlu kita lakukan adalah kita perlu yakin bahwa baik itu yang di masa lalu maupun yang di masa depan semuanya ada di tangan Allah. Dan yang terakhir yakin bahwa Allah itu adalah Maha Pengasih lagi Maha Penyayang, sehingga jangan merasa terlalu bersalah misalnya tadi ada kesalahan yang kita lakukan, dan kita harus yakin bahwa Allah itu akan memberikan maaf seperti itu.